Hey English learners, welcome back to English Flow Channel, your calm little corner to learn natural English through real-life topics, useful vocabulary, and conversations that feel honest and human. And today I want to begin with a question that sounds simple but honestly feels a little scary. What would happen if you lived one full day without your phone? Just imagine it for a second. No messages, no scrolling, no checking the time every few minutes, no music in your pocket, no quick little escape whenever life feels boring or awkward. Just you, your day, and the world around you. When you hear that idea, what happens in your body? Do you feel calm, curious, or do you feel something like no thank you? Absolutely not. Please give me my phone back. Because for many of us, the phone is not just a phone anymore. It is our alarm, our camera, our calendar, our map, our music, our news, our connection, our entertainment, our comfort, and sometimes even our hiding place. So today I want to explore that idea with you slowly. Not as a strict challenge, not as a rule, not as a dramatic anti-phone speech. I'm not here to say phones are evil. Phones help us a lot. I use mine too. But I think it is interesting to ask what really happens when we put it down for a while. This is a B1 level lesson, so if you are an intermediate learner, it should feel good for you. And if you are A2, you can still stay with me and enjoy the story. You do not need to understand every single word the first time. Just stay relaxed, listen for the meaning, and let the English come naturally. And if you enjoy learning English this way, through real feelings and real-life ideas, please subscribe to English Flow Channel and like this lesson. It really helps. And in the comments, I have a small question for you. Would you ever try a no-phone day? You can answer yes, no, or write one sentence about how you think it would feel. Be honest. If your answer is no way, I love my phone too much, that is completely okay. Usually many people check the time, read messages, look at social media, or just scroll without thinking. On this no phone morning, there is no scrolling. So you have to do something very old-fashioned. You actually get out of bed and look at a real clock. Maybe on the wall, maybe in the kitchen, maybe on a small table. And suddenly you realize how many things your phone usually does for you without you even noticing. Then comes the next strange moment. Breakfast, or coffee, or tea. Whatever your morning looks like. Usually many of us hold the phone while the water boils, while the coffee machine works, while the toast gets warm, while we sit down for the first quiet moment of the day. But now there is no phone in your hand. So what do? You wait. You stand there. You watch the kettle. You look out the window. And maybe for the first time in a while you hear sounds you normally ignore. Birds, traffic, wind, your own breathing. That can feel peaceful, but it can also feel intense. Intense means very strong, very full, not light or easy. Sometimes silence feels louder than noise when we are not used to it. And that is one of the first interesting things about a no-phone day. Without the screen, your mind suddenly has more space. And that space can feel honest. Maybe too honest. Maybe you notice that you are tired, or worried, or restless. Restless means you cannot fully relax. Your body is there, but it feels like it wants something, even if you do not know exactly what. For many people, the phone fills those little empty spaces so quickly that they never really meet their own thoughts. But on a no-phone morning, your thoughts are waiting for you. Then comes the next big step, leaving the house. And honestly, this part can feel even stranger. Walking outside without your phone can feel like leaving the house without something important, like your wallet, or your keys, or even your shoes. You keep checking your pocket, but it is empty. Your brain asks, "Are you sure? Are you really going out like this?" Maybe you know that little pocket check people do. Phone, keys, wallet, phone, keys, wallet. On a no-phone day, one part of that little ritual is missing, and that changes the feeling immediately. One of the most interesting moments is the elevator, or the bus stop, or standing in line somewhere. Normally, many people use their phone as a social shield. A shield is something that protects you. When you look at your phone, you do not have to look at other people. You do not have to feel awkward. You do not have to be fully present. You just disappear into the screen for a few minutes. But on a no-phone day, there is no shield. So in the elevator, you look at the walls, at the floor numbers, at your own shoes, maybe at another person. Maybe you even smile, and maybe they smile back. Small moments like that can feel surprisingly real. At the bus stop, it is the same. Without your phone, you start noticing things. A child playing with a leaf, a dog pulling its owner too fast, an old man reading a newspaper, a woman looking up at the sky. You suddenly remember that there is a whole world outside the screen, not a digital world, a real one, a moving, breathing, ordinary, beautiful world. And then there is work time, or study time, and this part can be very revealing, because many people tell themselves they cannot focus because they are tired or busy or stressed. And sometimes that is true, but sometimes the phone is quietly getting in the way. To get in the way means to block something or make it harder. Many people sit down to work, do something for 5 minutes, and then think, "I will just check my phone for 1 second." And that 1 second becomes 10 minutes, or 15, and the focus disappears. But on a no-phone day, that little escape is not available. At first, the brain keeps asking for it. Just one check, just one little look, just one quick scroll. But after a while, something interesting can happen. The mind starts calming down, and the attention begins to come back, slowly. Not magically, but really. You may find yourself doing one task for longer, reading a little deeper, thinking more clearly, finishing something without stopping every few minutes. That can be a big realization, because maybe the problem was not only lack of time, maybe it was also the habit of breaking your own concentration again and again. And that is actually good news, because habits can change. Then comes the afternoon or evening at home, and this is where the phone story becomes emotional. Because in many homes, people are together physically but not mentally. One person on the sofa scrolling, another person at the table checking messages, a child on a screen, a parent on a screen. 4 people in one room, 4 separate worlds. Maybe you have seen this in your own house. Maybe you have been one of those people, and again, no shame, this is very human. But a no-phone day can show you something different. You come home. Your hand reaches for the phone, but it is not there, so instead you sit down. You really look at the people around you. You ask a question. You listen to the answer. You notice a drawing on the table, a smell from the kitchen, a tired face, a funny story, a little detail you would normally miss, and suddenly something very simple happens. Presence. Presence means really being there, not just with your body, but with your attention too. That can change the whole feeling of a room. There is also a strange contradiction here. A contradiction is when 2 things do not match.
Phones connect us with people far away, but they can also pull us away from the people right in front of us.
Maybe you tell someone that you are tired of always being online, tired of answering quickly, tired of checking things, tired of feeling half present in your own life. Maybe for once you pour your heart out. To pour your heart out means to share your real feelings openly and honestly, without hiding. And maybe the surprising thing is that the other person says, "Me too. I feel that too." And that is powerful because sometimes one honest conversation with no phones is deeper than 100 fast digital messages. By the end of the day, something usually becomes clear. The phone was not just a tool, it was also a habit, a comfort, maybe even a safety blanket. A safety blanket is something that makes you feel safe and calm, especially when you feel nervous. Many people hold on to their phones like that. To hold on to something means not wanting to let it go, even when it may not be good for you all the time. And on a no-phone day, when that safety blanket is gone, you may feel cold at first. But later, you may wake up to something. To wake up to something means to finally see a truth that was there all along. Maybe you wake up to how often you use your phone without any real reason. Maybe you wake up to how much of your day disappears into tiny checks and endless scrolling. Maybe you wake up to how much better conversation feels when nobody is looking down. Maybe you wake up to how much beauty still exists in ordinary life when there is no screen between you and the world. And this does not mean you must throw your phone away forever. Not at all. I'm not giving you a dramatic rule. I am simply inviting you to notice. Maybe the first step is small. No phone at breakfast, no phone in the bedroom, one evening a week with airplane mode, maybe one half day without it. Maybe just one walk with no screen. The goal is not punishment. The goal is awareness. Because once you see the habit clearly, you have more choice. And before we finish, let's do a calm little word tour together. I want to go over some useful words and phrases from today so you can really use them in your own English. First word, obsessed. If you are obsessed, you think about something all the time and cannot stop easily. For example, some people are obsessed with checking notifications in the morning. Next word, exaggerate. To exaggerate means to make something sound bigger or stronger than it really is in order to show the feeling. Example, I say I checked my phone 1,000 times. That is not literally true, but it shows the feeling. Next word, intense. If something is intense, it feels very strong, heavy or powerful.